Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. This is the second part in our interstellar journey here, and if you notice I am sitting in some kind of craft on the runway. I'm in one of the landers, and this is what the inside of it looks like. Now if you have installed the raster prop mod, just like it says to do, you get these awesome little screens in here. If you don't have it installed, you still do get these like little dials and stuff, but you don't get any screens, it's just like a blank space. But this is the inside of the lander from Interstellar, and it just looks fantastic. As you can see, lots of little windows, lots of seats. I only have one pilot in here, so I can't really show you what the other side of it looks like, but I believe that black thing right in the middle there is supposed to be Case or TARS, one of the robots that goes in the movie, which is so awesome. But here we are on the launch pad, and I'm going to just test out hello. I'm going to test out how these landers work. I've never actually flown one of these before. I did modify it a little bit. I put some lights on it just so that when we're docking or landing we can definitely see the ground. That's definitely interesting. And we have Kerman here. He could be like our Matthew McConaughey, I guess. So we're just going to toggle down, activate all the engines. We're going to want them all activated thus far. We're going to hit the SAS. Let's just get this thing lifted off the ground. There we go. I'm going to turn off the under engines. Just leave it to these backwards engines now, which appear to be fairly strong. So we're just going to point this thing at about the 45-degree angle. What a beautiful day. The day just started here on Kerbal. And I do have the Endurance set up as a rendezvous target. Well, not really set up in any sort of sense of the word. I have it in the correct position. I'm going to attempt to rendezvous with it. I've done it with the what do you call them things? I've done it with the Ranger before, but I've never done it with the lander. So it's going to be interesting to see how how this goes. That is freaky with the window down there. It's just so interesting. We have the nav ball here. We could fly this whole thing from inside here. But I don't think I trust myself enough. I need to look at the actual window here. Okay, so we'll just make sure that we're actually dead on balls, down 90 degrees. And not even at full thrust. And we have a nice thrust-weight ratio right now, 2.8 and rising. So these things are very capable of escaping Kerbal and getting off the planet. I know at least the Ranger is, and I'm sure this is too. Looks like we're a little off from center, so we'll just pull it back. There we go. Now, if you have a different way of getting SSTOs into orbit, by all means use it. This is the way that works best for me. I point it about the 45-degree along the 90-degree line, and I wait till I get to about 12 or 1500 usually. That's when I start pointing more towards the horizon, so let's start doing that now. It doesn't matter so much with these modified crafts with these enormous thrusts and awesome efficiencies. You don't really have to worry about it too much. If you were doing a standard vanilla SSTO, you'd want to pay a little more attention to your altitudes and your speeds and all that. But like I said, this is kind of overpowered. You can't really go wrong getting this thing into orbit. As you can see, we're already we're going to be way past it. It is screaming through though at 2,000 meters per second, but here we are, we're above the clouds, so to speak. I mean, look at this thing. It hardly looks like it's capable of such speeds, but here we are already at like Mach 4. No, more than Mach 5 now. We're just about to hit, boom, Mach 5. 5 times the speed of sound. I'm just going to keep going sideways just to pick up some more lateral speed. Look, we're already way over here. Jeez, we're going to be way ahead of this damn thing. That's insane. Look at that. We're way ahead of this thing. That is unbelievable. Okay. Well, what we're going to have to do is make a bigger orbit. Let's see if we can get this thing to meet up. We are approaching it now. Orbit got a little messed up. That's okay. There we go. Had to burn a little extra fuel, but rest assured, we're gonna meet up with it. Yep, there we go. Have a nice little intersect there. Of course, it's gonna be in the dark. It's always in the friggin' dark, isn't it? Alright, there we go. Let's switch over to the ring real quick. Engage its lights. I believe... there it is right there. So, let's see. We're just going to point this baby this way. There we go. Wow, it really floods it with light, doesn't it? Alright. Let's just crash down on top of it. Let's go backwards a little bit. Oh, and that's us. One Ranger docked, or one lander docked. It's a little bit wobbly, but she'll do. She'll do just fine. There we go. So all we gotta do is get one more of those things, and then the 2 Rangers will be good to go. This time I'm going to wait a little bit longer so that the Endurance is basically on top of us before we launch old Monkey into space here. There we go. This one was much better. Much better. We'll just leave it right at that. It just takes a little bit of practice. There we go. Get a really good look at that planet shine mod. Basically, it reflects light from the planet onto the ship. It's pretty neat. I like it. Very cool idea. My God, that looks pretty. Heading towards it at about 18 meters per second. So that we're going to meet up approximately 0.7. Let's get that a little bit closer. 0.5, 0.4, about 300 meters. That's good enough. That's good enough. That's a hell of a view right there, huh? You look up and you see your planet above you, and down you just see oblivion. Beautiful. Beautiful. So cool. There's the reflected planet light off our ship. I love that. Let's get ourselves a little bit closer. We are coming in for docking endurance. Do you copy? Yes, they sure do. And of course it's getting nighttime again. It always gets nighttime when I dock. Call me the night docker. Hot Jupiter's the night docker. Just push ourselves that way. We will need to swing around once we get right in front of it. But that's okay. Set this thing as the preferred docking target. Oh, we're so close. Oh, there we go, baby. And that is how you dock your landers to the ring module. Beautiful. She's a beaut. Next, we just gotta land or dock our 2 Rangers, and we'll be set to go. Here we are with our Ranger craft. Now again, I'm just gonna add on here some lights on the back. Just to help us dock when it comes time. I do believe everything else is in order. Now let's see, we only need, let's get just 2 pilots for the Ranger. Just name that. Let's launch this thing. Here we are on the surface with the Ranger, with Dean and Raywell. What I'm going to do here is just get our lift engines going. Get this thing lifted, and then activate our forward engines and turn the lift engines off. That's the best way I've found to do the Ranger. Otherwise, all kinds of weird, funky things happen. You could deploy the landing gear. That's what it looks like. Just like in the movie, those little feet. But I'll save that for when we actually have to land. The Ranger's also quite speedy. Let's see what this inside of this craft looks like. Very oh, wait a minute. It says Scott. What? Oh my God. The robots are, his name is Scott. That is freaking amazing. instead of Tars or Case, it's Scott, like Scott Manley, because Scott Manley basically has the skill of like a robotic pilot. That's how good he is. Oh my god, that's clever. I did not even realize they did that. That is so cool. So here we are flying over that island that I've tried to land on so many times, and I just can't ever do it. I can never successfully land there. Every time I try to do it, I always crash and burn, and then I get like 10 dislikes because people don't like to see realistic attempts, I guess. It's gotta be all successes on YouTube. Otherwise, you get a dislike. That's okay, though. I can't fault any of them for that. But here we go. We're getting up here. Getting some shock heating. This thing's moving so fast. Again, I'm just worried that this thing's gonna get too much speed. Let's get a little more altitude. I don't want to blow right by this thing. Yeah, wow, holy crap. I'm just gonna point it basically up. Give me that altitude. Yeah, we're still a little bit ahead of it, so I'm just gonna point up. Trying to just bring that back. Well, okay, that's about all we're gonna get. I'm not sure how this would work aerodynamically, but sure, we'll go for it. I mean, we're basically out of the atmosphere anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. But I should probably stay pointed at the prograde. And so let's just zoom on ahead. We're going to meet this thing. We're going to be about 30 kilometers off from it, ahead of it. But I'm sure we can manage. Just trying to find it. It should be back there somewhere. Maybe it's just too far. Should be coming up on us right now. Ah, there it is. So we'll be about 30 kilometers off. So what I'm gonna do is try to just make up for it. Let's see, we'll burn essentially right there. And our next intercept will be 21. Let's see if we can fix that a little bit. Not the most efficient way to do this fuel-wise, but that's okay. When you have engines like this, you don't really have to worry too much about fuel. We're essentially burning backwards in our orbit, basically killing our orbit. If we left this alone, it would be big trouble. But it's going to let us catch up on the craft here. I want to see what the inside looks like. Oh my goodness. That is just simply incredible. That is astounding. Screenshots galore. Okay. Back to this. We're going to meet up when? 5 kilometers. Okay, here we go. Just gonna push this thing right onto here. Now we're heading straight at it. We're gonna meet up at point 3. That is, can't be more perfect. And what a perfect angle this is too. go. Now heading just where we need to be. We shall make this one the top of the docking ports. There we go. Alright, let's bring her up. Swing her around. And we want to dock this thing backwards. So all our attitude controls are going to be basically the opposite. Boom, baby. I love when that clicks right in there. Oh my goodness, that is starting to look fantastic. 2 landers, 1 ranger docked, 1 more ranger to go. This is looking amazing. Dresden and Mundorf. Dresden because it sounds like Harry Dresden from the Dresden Files, my favorite book series. Here we go, Dresden. Let's get this thing into orbit. Right about there should do us. I am launching just before dawn. Oh man, look how cool that looks. You could already see the light coming over. Let's actually put the gear down this time. There we go. Kind of sinks into the ground a little bit, but that's okay. I'm not going to fault it. So we'll just start again with the lift engine. And we'll engage this engine. Turn the lift engine off. Bring the landing gears up. Perfect. Look at that. She's a beaut, this thing. Raise her up. It's at 90 degree, 45 degree angle. What a beautiful, beautiful looking game. Once we get high enough, we're actually going to be able to see the sunrise. That'll be amazing, I'm sure. Another Scott module. I think the lander says something else. I forget. Maybe Manly. Not really sure. Oh, there we go. We're spawning cities. My goodness, we're about to have a glorious sunrise. I'm sure of it. Oh, there it is. Just reached the point where we could see the sun. It's beautiful. Back home, sun has not risen yet, but for us, we're high enough where we can see over the horizon. It's amazing. I just love this. I'll start to gain a little bit of forward speed here. Pushing down a little bit. These guys are going nuts. Okay. Wow. We are a little bit above it, but that's okay. You can always correct that. Set ourselves up on a nice rendezvous. And since I started in the nighttime, hopefully by the time it does rendezvous, it'll be in the broad daylight, and by the time we get to about here, it will still be sunlight left to where we're dock. For someone we can dock. That's the plan anyways. And where'd those auroras? Whoa, whoa. There you go. Everyone to see the inside of Kerbal? There you go, everybody. It's hollow. We got a hollow planet. It's actually a big spaceship. That's what it is. The planet itself is a big hollowed out spaceship. You know those crazy people out there that think the moon is a hollowed out spaceship? That it like drifted here over millennia and just decided to become the moon of this planet Earth. I'm talking about the real moon, not just in Kerbal. I'm talking about in real life. People think that the moon is a hollowed out spaceship. Yep. That's the kind of planet we live on these days. Bunch of science deniers. Alright. We're getting close now. Should start to see it. Yep, there she is. She is a bit lower than us, as you can see. But that's alright. Intersect's going to be about 8.9. We'll just let that get ahead of us a little bit. Or just catch up on us. Alright. And again, I'm just going to push this onto that, starting now, because we do have a lot of target velocity to even up on. And by pushing it this way, we end up nudging ourselves closer to it. That was disorienting. Here we go, we're almost there. And bam. Well, I don't even know which way's up and down. Here we go. So it is a little bit underneath us. That's right, we're going to travel that distance. It's an interesting encounter. I've never quite had to come swooping in from above. As you can see, we had to adjust our orbit there. We're going to be... wow. We're going to be within 100 meters of it. That's pretty damn close. Let's get there. Sun is a-shining. You can see the planet shine mod working its magic. Giving us a little bit of light from the underside of the craft, which I'm sure it would in real life. I mean, think about it. All the reflected, scattered photons would definitely reach up and hit the spacecraft. I mean, one would think. Who knows, though? Lots of stuff in science is counterintuitive. I mean, hell, from the surface of Earth, it looks like the Earth is flat and all the planets and the stars rotate around us. We saw how wrong that was, huh? Then again, you got those people who think that's still how it is. Science deniers. Gotta love them. Alright. I'm not bitter at all, I swear. Okay. Here we go. This is the final craft that we need to dock to our thing here. Oh, that is a screenshot and a half right there. A screenshot and 3/4. Maybe a screenshot times 2. Look at that. Wow. That's freaking beautiful. Alright. Enough ogling. Let's get this done. We have work to do. Alright. Just gonna cancel that momentum. It's gonna be a little bit of a trickier kind of burn here because we actually have to go upside down. That actually makes it easier though, believe it or not, because once it's upside down and backwards, now all the controls are back to normal again. Oops, we want to go down. Of course I still think it's backwards, tricking me up. Docking's just one of those things that just takes a lot of practice. It's very disorienting at first, but with enough practice you can totally get it. Oops, again, here we go. I want to go up, pressing down by accident. I mean, hell, even I don't have it perfect just yet. Alright, there we go. You can even just use the nav ball. Everything seems to be lining up just right. Just do a little burst backwards. We're just going to want this to just slide up in there. Right underneath, parallel to that Ranger. And that'll do us. That'll be it. Maybe down just a bit. Ooh, we did scrape something. Not too fast though, thankfully. Otherwise we'd have a Matt Damon docking here. Ooh, there we go. That's got to jumble around a little bit. Try to find the sweet spot. I'm not going to turn off the SAS. Hold on, actually I can fix this by just going like that. Yep, there we go. I normally turn off the SAS when I'm trying to dock, but in this case you don't want to really do that, just because you want these to be like straight, pointed out. If you turn off the SAS, it'll dock kind of like cockeyed. It won't look very good, but holy crap, we have the Endurance. We have it. We are docked and ready to go. Let's just make sure that these engines are off. Now if you were smart, unlike me, you would make sure that all the action groups were different, so that 1 and 2 wouldn't be everything. Although I suppose right now if I pressed 1 and 2 it should be on cycle. Yeah, it's fine now because we manually adjusted it, but holy crap. That's us. And I want to control from here just in case it... Yeah. Ideally you'd be able to turn off all the individual controls from here, which I'm sure you could do it. But I just want to get a good look at this thing. From the sun's point of view. My God, that looks awesome. And that's it, folks. There's your Endurance mod with 2 Rangers and 2 Landers docked in there. We still have space for a couple more items. You can put something here, you can put something there if you like. I don't think that's necessary. I think it's kind of overkill. But one final thing I will leave you with. I'm just going to point this thing to the prograde. There's one final thing I always kind of wanted to do. We're going to do it in just a sec. Just going to make sure this thing's nice and even. Quick save just in case anything horrible happens. And we are going to start the rotation. Oh baby. Oh baby. I'm going to turn off the SAS. Start up the ring rotation. Oh my God, that's it. That's what I wanted to see right there. Oh, that is a sight to behold. That is freaking beautiful. I can only imagine what it feels like to be inside there. In fact, we don't even have to imagine. Let's check it out. Let's see. What's it look like for old Dresden? Yeah, it's about what I thought. Jeez. Now, they're happy, though. This is what it'd be like to be in a spinning space station, everybody, if you weren't in the outside components. This is the center. Oh my goodness, that is enough to make anyone lose their lunch. Let's see what it's like inside the Landers. About the same, not much different. Oh my goodness, that is something to behold right there. Unbelievable. Probably looks the same from everyone's perspective. Yep. Well, that is something beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I think I might do one more episode after this where we go to Jewel. I mean, heck, why not, right? We got this thing all loaded up. It's all ready to go. We'll put maybe a couple Landers on Lathe. Of course, we should refuel this thing. That's probably what we'll do next. Might launch a refueler. That's what we're going to put here. We're going to refuel it. just to get everything back up to full specs again. And then we're going to head towards Jewel. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and we'll see you in that episode. Thanks for watching.